Did you catch up on? Did you
Yes,
catch
I
up on
have.
Chainsaw Man?
Yes,
Okay.
I this morning I woke up at 8:30, so that way I would be able to finish all three episodes before we recorded.
All right. The season is not the season, but the season is done. So yeah.
Man, like so much shit went down in the last three episodes. Fuck, where do we start? Dude, should we do a retrospective of the whole season or just like the
I
last few
mean,
episodes?
if we can squeeze it into this review, I had a fucking ball with Chainsaw Man this season. Like this was so fun, so original, so well executed, especially for me, as someone who read the manga. Like I have learned to not doubt Mappa, which is the studio that's adapting it,
Mm-hmm.
because they're swinging. Like they're the people carrying anime right now. Like they've been doing it since like the last couple of years. And man, just the way they took the story and the frame and the characters, and they put perfect voices and perfect music. I adored it, man. I cannot wait. I hope that they adapt the rest of the show, which I think they will, because it's kind of impossible to tell the story, to tell the complete story without what happens next. Like what happens next is what I think makes Chainsaw Man super special.
Mm-hmm.
Like if someone's like that's why I want to hear your opinion, because to me Chainsaw Man is amazing, but because of what happens after what we've seen already. So if you could like describe it only by what you saw, like are you satisfied with this product? Like if this like it cut off here and we continue later, like did this give you like a satisfying?
As long as we continue, yeah. As long as we continue forward, yeah. They gave us a group of characters that we came to like. We lost a few of them.
Mhm.
The sacrifices were heartfelt. There were some emotional moments that I didn't expect actually from not from Denji, but the kid who's the kid with the katana?
Oh, Aki.
Aki.
Yeah.
Some emotional moments with Aki, especially with the cigarette.
Oh yeah.
Was it easy? Is it easy revenge or easy leverage? I don't
It's
remember.
your revenge. Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm like, oh man, like moments like that made the season feel like it paid off. You know,
Yeah.
I don't feel like I wasted my time watching this show. I don't feel like it was a chore. I felt like, don't get me wrong, there was one really boring ass episode that I didn't care for, but that like
Which
one out
one?
of 12 ain't bad.
Which one?
With pink hair that Denji likes.
Makima?
The one where Makima is doing all the
Oh my god, that's one of the best
or
sequences.
or is it the episode after that where it's just like a bunch of admin, like nothing really happens. Like it's like right after the battle, but
Mm.
it's just like, hey, we got the bodies over here. Hey, we got this. Hey, like everything's in fucking shambles. What do we do? Like
Oh
I
yeah,
didn't
that's
like the
fun.
admin part. Like that's the one thing I didn't like, but that's because Makima's not bad. I just don't care for her as much as I do for Aki, as much as I do for Denji, as much as I do for Power. Like
Okay.
I'm invested in those three idiots.
Okay.
So if the one of those three are on screen, okay, like you've got me. But
Okay.
but no, as an outsider, no, I liked it. I enjoyed it. It's very clear though, like they're setting up season two or book two, whatever you want to call it.
Part two, I think. I don't think it's gonna be called a season. I think they're just gonna say part two.
Um, but man, the future devil
Oh
when he
yeah,
was,
featured.
I was like, oh, there he is. The part where because in the
He's
previews,
was
this was
dancing on the opening. Yeah,
yeah, I'm like, who the fuck is that weirdo? Like like the tree devil or what? And then we
yeah,
see him,
future
and it's
devil.
like, oh, okay. And the fact that he tells Aki, you know what? Just let me live in your right eyeball because your death is gonna be pretty beastly.
Yeah,
Like,
like
okay.
I'm gonna want to see it. Yeah.
I don't know if
Yeah.
that's a good thing or a bad thing, man.
Well, I will only tell you this, and this is the only thing I'm gonna tell you.
Mm-hmm.
That outro, like at the
Mm-hmm.
end of the episode, where it's like Denji, Aki, and Power like going grocery shopping and making dinner, and then falling asleep on the living room.
Mm-hmm.
That is the last moment of happiness those three are gonna have. So just I'm just gonna leave it at that, and I'll let you proceed. When the next part comes up.
Tell me that Denji and Makima at least get together. That boy deserves it.
I'm not gonna say anything.
Damn it, Chema.
You can read the manga if you'd like.
I can I find it illegally online?
I can get you a legally free way to read it.
Deal. Okay, I'll read it.
There's an app. There's an app for that. Yeah, no, like literally, Shonen Jump has an app where they let you read the manga. The only thing is that, like, the catch is that you read a chapter and then afterwards you cannot go back and read it again. Like, it only lets you read it once, but it's free and it's got ads, but you can read it for free.
Okay, I'll do that.
Yeah.
What was it?
Like, I read it on my phone. Like, yeah.
Well, okay. So, what do you think about this? Like, as a fan, as someone who is, this is like the opposite of like a DC or a Marvel movie where it's like I know everything that could possibly happen.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts? Are you satisfied as someone who's read the manga, who's someone who's reading, I think, like the new manga as well, I consume? How do you like it? I see. Interesting.
Hello? Can you hear me?
And you're back. All right. So,
Hi.
how do you feel about it?
I don't know what happened. Yeah, there we go. I adored the way that it was adapted. I don't think they missed a single beat. I think it was ballsy the way that they took their time with a lot of the scenes. I thought the fact that they targeted and like adapted it head on without like ignoring without ignoring like the weirder parts of it. Like, they were like, this is a part of it, this is what people want, like we're gonna adapt it. The fact that they also took it in like a direction where it was very like clear and concise and creative. Like, I mentioned this every time that we talked about it, but the animation is so unique in this show. Like, it's so its own thing. Like, it looks awesome. And I cannot wait to see how they adapt season 2, because that's gonna be a fucking bloodbath. And it's gonna be amazing.
I'm not worried at all.
I have no idea what the next like animes are considered by season. Like, every 12 weeks or something, we have a new season of anime. Like, animes end and a new anime begins.
Yeah.
I have, to me, this was clearly like the anime of the season. Like, everyone expected it, and I think it ended up working, and it had steep competition. You know, Spy Family second season was coming out. Bunch of the Rock was coming out at the same time. Like, there's a lot of good anime coming out, and I don't know what the anime of next season will be. I think there's another anime that this same studio is making, the Villain Saga, but I haven't seen that one. I don't know. I wouldn't know what to tell you. I will tell you, I am very excited to where Chainsaw Man is taking us, like in the next adapted season. They haven't said when it's coming out, but it should be soon, because it's so good of a property. And I think it's about to tackle its darker arcs. We had like one scene at the end of the episode where we see like this part of another character that will be very important, which is Retze, who becomes like linked with Denji a little.
Wait, which one? I don't remember that.
There's a scene. It's just really small where like at the end when Denji's Denji's talking to Pochita in his dream, and Pochita is like, Denji, whatever you do, do not open that door. There's like a girl that is walking. That girl will be important later. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And that about don't open the door. Remember that, because that will be important later as well. Yeah. But yeah, overall, 10 out of 10. Loved how Chainsaw Man was adapted. Cannot wait to see more.
Do you think there's any way that they could have done this in the film?
No.
I agree. I think there's too much story. I just want to ask.
The more time passes, the more I am loving where things are adapted into a show instead of a movie. Like, turning Last of Us into a TV show is a great idea. I'm so glad that they didn't do that into a movie. I mean, I haven't seen the show yet, but it looks like a better idea.
I wonder if they could have cut this, like the whole show down into like a 3-hour like mega cut. I would love to watch that too.
I mean, I'm sure someone will do it. I'm sure someone could do it, but I'm okay with it being a show. I'm okay with it being a show. I love the opening. I never skip the opening. I love that there was a different ending for every episode too. So yeah,
nothing. That's true. They want to stylize it, but I liked it.
Yeah. All right. Speaking of highly stylized kind of mysteries, want to jump into Glass Onion?
Fuck yeah.
Thank you for welcoming us into the rollback. My name is, I believe, I do declare my name be Chema. Keep
You
going,
son of
keep
a
going.
bitch.
You got it.
You son of a bitch. I'm Benoit LeBlanc, motherfucker. And this is the rollback.
We're reviewing The Glass Onion, the Knives Out mystery. Why? Do you hate it? Do you hate this? I work really hard on this, okay? This is directed by the Ryan Johnson. It's about world famous detective Benoit Blanc heads to Greece to peel back the layers. There'll be some thick layers right there of a mystery surrounding a tech billionaire, his electric crew of friends. The biggest mystery that has hit Greece since that little blonde girl brought out three men who she believed were her dad. So this is the movie with Daniel Craig, Edward Norton, Dave Bautista, Janelle Monáe, Kate Hudson. I'm going to stop doing that. Catherine Hahn, Madeline Klein, Leslie Adam Jr., and Jessica Henwick. It's the sequel to Knives Out, also directed by Ryan Johnson. And I believe one of your favorite movies that year. I remember it was on your top 10, I think.
It was.
Are you okay?
I was.
Were you shocked of how good that was?
I was shocked at how long you kept it up. So, oh god, yeah, Knives Out. It's hard to find a good murder mystery. So when Knives Out came out, it was such a pleasant surprise of like, oh, finally, I'm a good murder mystery. Yeah. Oh man, okay, I gotta stop crying. Okay, all right, game time. Yeah. Let's talk about Glass Onion. So real quick, do you know what a glass onion actually is? Like, do you know the story behind it or no?
I know that Glass Onion is a Beatles song.
Yes.
Because like I'm a huge Beatles fan, so when the title came out, I'm like, oh, Beatles song. Yes. Apparently it's like a deep cut. Like I know it because I love the Beatles, but like yeah. So I thought maybe that would have to play on something, but no, it's literally a glass onion, and then just a song plays in the credits. Yeah.
No. Okay, so the whole concept of it was that the Beatles made Glass Onion because they were like, people keep reading too much of our fucking lyrics, and that song is basically saying there's nothing more to this fucking song. It's a glass onion. Yeah. It has layers. It's see-through, you stupid fucks.
Yeah.
The same way that Miles Braun, oh, he has so many layers. He's so complicated. No, he's an idiot, you stupid fucks.
It's so dumb. So dumb, it's genius. No, it's just dumb. My favorite line in the whole movie, by the way.
No, I think my favorite, God, that's one of my favorite lines. I think my other favorite line is the part where he says, I think you confuse speaking without thinking as speaking the truth.
Yeah.
And she's like, yeah, thank you.
That's
not a compliment. That's not a compliment.
Yeah, so this is right out of the gate, we have to talk a little bit about the original one, and then of course this one. To me, my favorite part of the original one was Daniel Craig as Benoit Blanc. Like he just knocks it out of the park with this character. I love him more in this role than I ever did as Bond. Like I don't care about Bond, but I care about him here. And he wasn't a bad Bond like at all. But this character is just so his own, and so like he just brings it to life in such a gorgeous way.
He'll always be James Bond in my heart.
Yeah, but this to me is like I enjoy him here so much more, and they do an interesting thing, which is in the first one, like he's not the main character, he's the foil. Like he's there to accompany Ana de Armas in the first one, and we kind of see everything through her eyes. In this one, we see it all through his eyes. Like he's the main character, really. Like he is surrounded by all these rich, pompous assholes. And there's a story happening here. And something interesting, and that I think started in the wrong foot, but really corrected itself, was I have hated when media like makes the pandemic be a part of the story. Really, we went through it. We're closer to the end than we were, a couple of years ago. But I don't like when they introduce it into the story. Like I have not liked it. This is the only time where I feel like it worked. Mm-hmm. Like it starts and everyone's wearing masks and everything is happening and people are working from homes, and then we have probably the most realistic depiction of the pandemic, which is Benoit Blanc in his bathtub playing Among Us with Steven Sunhan, Angela Lansbury, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, and he's just sucking at it
I'm
like
bad at
oh
stupid things.
yeah.
Oh man.
So I like that part, and I like him. Like I'll if they I know they were making one more at least. If they do 20 more, I'll watch 20 more. Really,
Well, see, the thing is that also this is to some degree an original creation from Ryan Johnson.
yeah,
Like he created this series, he created these characters, he created everything about this.
yeah,
So I mean, it's a little complicated, but I like it. I like everything that he's done with these characters so far. Benoit LeBlanc is the only character that returns from the original. I was kind of hoping for an update on where the first one
yeah,
ended off at, but that's fine. It can be self-contained. Um, but no, this movie, like, okay, so it starts out with this. I think we all think it's a cool invitation, like this box
the
with all these
box,
little
yeah,
puzzles and stuff, and we're all like, oh, that's cool. When it's like the further out you scope, it's like, no, these are assholes who, like, this is a douchebag who just sent out an invitation. You know, he didn't build himself.
yeah,
To invite people who think that they're smart to this retreat getaway, these disruptors, when in reality, like, no, like, there's a difference between being a disruptor and like screaming, look at me, versus someone who goes against the status quo to better people's lives. I mean, this is such a fucking brilliant takedown of like all these like stereotypes and tropes and the e-gamer right men's
men's right
rights bro.
activist, yeah,
Yeah, and then you got this douchebag who they're all like shitty human beings in their own special way.
yeah,
But they're all, if you notice, like Miles Braun is, I'm gonna be all over the place. I'm sorry. Miles Braun plays like I think the biggest piece of shit at all because he doesn't have an original thought. He just stands on the shoulders of other people, women and people of color, to make
yeah,
himself that much better. He has
yeah,
this governor in his back pocket. He has this Ebro in his back pocket. He has this scientist in his back pocket. He has this celebrity in his back pocket. All people who he, quite frankly, owns.
yeah,
And when his initial partner, Andy, tries to hold him accountable and like, no, Clear's dangerous. If you put all the company assets in it, we're gonna melt down. We're gonna go down. No,
yeah,
I believe in it. Like, it's the future. It's like, well, fuck you then. I'll take my half of the company and sink you. And that's fine.
yeah.
Like, ah, these tech millionaire douchebags. I did a video review for this movie already, and I think it's the most edited review I've ever done because
Yeah.
of how much I was popping in jokes with pictures. I was like, this
Okay.
asshole. No, this ass. Wait, I mean, this. Wait, which tech asshole is it? Go watch that review, please, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
I'm very proud of that one. But
All right. Yeah.
oh god, I'm
Yeah. No,
sorry I
and
ranted
it
for a sec. I'm sorry.
no, and the tech bro is perfectly played by Edward Norton, who can play such a good asshole. Like I am not convinced. Like you
He
hear
was acting.
stories about. I hear stories about this guy on set, and it's like, wow, like he was like just perfect. Recently, he's been doing these things where like he's playing roles where he's like, I'll just play the asshole, and he's like, he's too good to play the asshole. Uh,
It comes so
like
natural.
he played a perfect asshole in American History X. He played a perfect asshole in Birdman, and then he plays a perfect asshole here. But in a way, they're like you get it, like you get it. I mean, one of my favorite jokes is when the whole original murder mystery gets discovered by him in like the first 30 minutes of the movie, and he said, and he goes like, how could you discover this so quickly? I hired Gilliam Flynn to write the murder mystery. Like Gilliam Flynn is the woman who wrote like Gone Girl. Like she's not like to be fucked with. And but it shows right from the get-go that he didn't do anything. Like he hires other people to do stuff and then he just collects.
I mean,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna shit talk, but I'm gonna say this that murder mystery actually is a very basic one from I think Monk actually did that one.
Okay.
Like the whole like shooting thing that it goes right back and it retracts. Monk
Yeah.
did that. So I'm just saying, Gillian Flynn maybe needs to get some original ideas. I'm joking. I'm kind of joking.
Oh my god.
Um, but
Yeah.
yeah,
And I love how he keeps disrupting. Like, what do we win? It's like, What do you mean? What do you win? Like, what do we win? Like, what do you mean? What do you
What's the
win? Like,
prize?
what's the prize? Do we get like an iPad or something? Like, fine, the winner gets an iPad. I don't
I,
need an iPad.
I don't want y'all to think that I need one. Oh God, I love
and
the
then he
Mont
just
LeBlanc.
and then he just gets tossed one. Like, here's your fucking iPad.
Oh man. So all right. So then, but let's talk about the real mystery in this. So
Yeah,
it's revealed. I think the first act is the initial like murder mystery where LeBlanc is like bullshit.
yeah.
And then God, does Batista die in the first act or in the second act?
The first act, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So Batista
Because
dies.
he dies, and then Janelle Monáe gets shot. That's when like the story kind of restarts.
And it goes to the flashback,
To this,
a very long flashback sequence actually, where
yeah,
it's revealed that Andy's dead, but her twin sister Helen is going to play her to try and figure out what went down, what happened, why is her
yeah,
sister dead? Which I mean, they even say like, isn't it kind of convenient that she died of suicide? Like my sister was
yeah.
not suicidal, but she did happen to die the day before she was about to expose these assholes for for the corruption that they are. Um, so no, there's that happens. What else? What else? What else? I'm trying to remember. She goes to LeBlanc, and LeBlanc, when he cried initially, I thought it's because he talked her into it.
Yeah.
But no, it turns out he's just feigning all this stuff. Which again, brilliant. Ryan Johnson, as much shit as people gave him for Star Wars, like I think he's redeemed himself and then some.
Definitely. And as someone who didn't hate The Last Jedi, like I expected something weird and out there from him. If you've seen Looper, if you've seen Brick, like that's exactly what I expected. But this came out really unexpected after those movies. And I think people are happy with this. I'm happy with this. I had fun with the first one. I had fun with the second one. I will be honest. I think this one is a little too long. Like it's what 2 hours, like above 2 hours.
Yeah,
Yeah, I do think the flashback sequence is a little too long. And by the time they were throwing all the glass statues like to the floor, I was like, get on with it. like yeah,
I
but like I didn't feel catharsis in that scene. I was just like, finish it.
see
Yeah,
the thing is, and I'll give Ryan Johnson credit for this. He did, I think, a really great job at setting up a lot of things that you weren't expecting when it comes to like the Mona Lisa, like it being
yeah,
there, and he's like, I want to be mentioned in the same breath. I'm like, okay, that painting's gonna get destroyed, but how?
yeah,
And then clear, okay, this is gonna play a factor into it. Is she gonna blow everyone up, or what's gonna go down here? Like he did a good job of setting up breadcrumbs.
yeah,
One thing I'll say, and this is something I always say when we review a murder mystery, the best murder mysteries are the ones that leave clues in the background where you could theoretically you could figure it out if you notice enough.
yeah,
Those are the best ones. Knives Out did it. This one did it too. There were the clues. Everything was there to where you could have figured it out. If you tried hard enough, if you went back and rewatched the sequence beforehand, you could have figured out that Miles Braun killed Batista.
yeah.
I love that, and so
Yeah,
props to him on that.
and I love how they played with it, like because the whole thing is that they play with the fact that he had like his glass, and then he grabbed his glass, and they just kept going back. It's like no, like they even filmed like the boat scenes where he
Yeah,
grabs the wrong glass, but it's like oh no, he didn't grab the wrong glass, like you gave it to him. Um, yeah,
it
and it just kept escalating on top of everything. Yeah,
I mean, it exposes what a piece of shit a lot of these people are. But more importantly, these tech billionaires are like, no, I'm always right. No, idiot, you're not. I fucking love that. I love the whole. Somehow, it's not exactly dead on topic, but it's pretty accurate. I think people couldn't help but compare this film to Elon Musk's current meltdown on Twitter.
oh
And they
yeah,
asked Ryan
it's
Johnson,
a
like, huh?
no. Go ahead.
They asked Ryan Johnson, like, how did you predict this? Or like, was this released on purpose? And he was like, no, like we just had it just happened to coincide with an idiot, and that's fine.
Yeah,
That's okay. Um, so yeah, I don't know. There was something satisfying in that, I think.
yeah, definitely.
Um,
Uh,
man,
what a great cast. Also, like I love all these actors. Like I think they're all great. And they fit their characters pretty well. I like how Batista is just coming out and playing like all these different weird characters and weirdly fitting in all of them because he's so lovable in something like Guardians of the Galaxy, but then you see him in something like this, and it's like, wow, what a douche. And if you count this and the James Bond movie he was in, and fucking Dune, like what a catalog this guy's doing for himself. I mean,
Well, also, he
I think
also has that Cabin movie coming out with M. Night Shyamalan.
oh yeah, I got trailers for that when I saw fucking Men a couple days ago. I had not seen the trailer. I just saw it. Hopefully, yeah, he's grabbing every weird little role that he can, and good for him. He's becoming my favorite wrestler turned actor.
Well,
But,
actually,
the
Ryan Johnson
competition wasn't hard. Yeah.
Well, actually, Ryan Johnson even came out and said like he's the best wrestler turned actor that in Hollywood.
Well, yeah. I mean, his competition is not hard, but
I mean,
yeah.
Hey man, Peacemaker.
Peacemaker was good. I believe John Cena deserves a good second place. Yes.
So you think The Rock is in third?
I don't think the Rocky Man counts at this point
As a wrestler?
as an actor.
Oh, damn, Chema, damn.
I'm so sorry. Did Batista make Tooth Fairy, or who was it?
We got to, Chema. We have to remain neutral. All right, that's our job.
I don't have to remain neutral. I can have, if you can have a preference for DC, I can have a preference to not liking The Rock.
That was funny. I like that.
All right,
That was funny.
There we go. Yeah.
That was good. Okay, bravo.
Yeah.
Bravo, good man.
You want to impress me? Go back to fucking Super Slam. You know, you want to impress me? Recreate that picture of the fanny pack and the black turtleneck.
Didn't he recreate it actually?
You want to impress me? Do a movie without Kevin Hart, motherfucker.
He did.
Yeah, and it sucked. Anyway, Batista's good in this. Norton is good in this. Catherine Hahn is so good in this too. Like she plays the politician.
Yeah, but she there's a bunch of little innuendos also that like make it great. Yeah. Like okay, when Lawrence or Jonathan, the scientist, Julian, Lionel. It was either a J or an L. I remember that. Anyway, when Lionel gets there, Lionel and LeBlanc are the only two actually wearing their masks properly, right?
Yeah.
Kate Hutchins is being a dipshit and wearing one of those like fake masks that you can breathe through, whatever. But if you notice, actually, even the politician, she's only wearing the mask when people get close to her, not at all times. Kind of showing that, okay, I'll keep up appearances. I don't actually believe in this shit, but it's what I'm supposed to be believing in.
Yeah. They really like hype up. Like they're telling the story by showing they're showing the personality of the characters by showing how they wear their mask, which I think is very creative. Speaking of that scene, Ethan Hawke cameos for like a couple of seconds.
Yeah,
as like the guy that like disinfects their tongue whenever they come in.
Yeah,
and I didn't know that he was gonna be in it, so I saw him and I went like, "Oh man, Hawkman is in this! Hell yeah!" And then he just disappears. Like,
well, see, yeah. I thought it was interesting though because I think that's also there's a lot of commentary I think in this.
Definitely.
Maybe I'm wrong if Ryan Johnson is like, "You're an idiot. It's a glass onion." But like the fact that these like rich assholes are going to this remote island, they're the ones that have the resources to do this thing. But also, was that thing like a disinfectant or a cure? What was that he gave these people?
They don't explain it, and that's the worst part, I think.
But that's what I mean, though. Like, are they saying like there were reports in early on or mid-pandemic about how rich people were having these Hilton parties, and they had access to these quick response tests.
Yeah.
Like where normal people had to wait up to 2 weeks at these Hilton parties. Hey, 10 minutes, I got you.
Yeah.
Just shit like that.
I think it definitely is. It's a commentary on that. Yeah.
So no, and again, maybe it's a glass onion, but maybe I am reading too much into it, but I don't know.
I think it's supposed to make you think a little bit, even if it's just a little bit. Oh
man,
one of my favorite jokes is when he's trying to turn on a cigar, and there's an alarm that says like
no smoking.
Like this is a smoke-free zone, and then at the end when like everything is exploding and like the alarm pops up, it's like might as well. It just like Like,
Doesn't he also like smoke with the other guy?
yeah, with the other guy, with the guy who's just crashing there. Who, by the way, that's the same guy who played the cop in the first one.
Yeah.
But I don't think he was playing the same character. But yeah, same guy.
No,
Uh,
he's just a joke. Like he's just there, like, hey.
he's just gonna be like the Bruce Campbell, like in the like the Spider-Man movie. Like he's just gonna cameo in the background. Yeah.
Pretty much. That apparently that's gonna be his role.
All right.
I don't mind it.
The one actor that I think was not wasted in this, but they could have done more with her is Jessica Henwick, who plays like she plays Kate Hudson's like assistant, the one who's always like, please don't use your phone. Yeah. She was really, yeah, she was really good in Iron Fist. Like I think she was the best part of Iron Fist, and she was good in the new Matrix. She was in the new Star Wars. Like she was one of the pilots. Like she's been popping up in like a lot of things, and yeah. So I thought that like because she's in the poster, like I thought she was gonna play like a bigger part or have a meltdown or at some point be like, you know what, you're a bunch of fucking rich assholes. Like I'm leaving or something.
I
like,
wish he had that part. Like LeBlanc
Yeah.
kind of like gives them all a verbal lashing, but no one does it. Andy, no, sorry, Helen kind of does. Like she calls them all out, but like, they also do this thing where it's very clear and apparent. Like Bronze owns them. Like short of saying like I own all of you, he does. They all turn a blind eye when it came to Andy's situation and the lie. They all want to go confront her. And frankly, if I was Andy and I was in that house, I wouldn't have sent the fucking email. I would have gone straight for the lawyers.
Yeah.
But that's what I think that's the only mistake. Well, that and not foolproofing the lawyers at the beginning. But nonetheless, like the fact that Andy like warned them, like, I've got this, like I'm giving you one last chance. No, they lied on the stand. They're all gonna go to jail now. Like, no. Also, for the record, ladies and gentlemen, in case you're all wondering, there is a way to prove if that's the original napkin, not just by the logo. You can actually prove how old paper is or a napkin is.
How?
I don't know how, but they can prove it. Apparently, they send a laser through it, and they can tell how old it is. Kind of like a tree.
Oh, neat.
But I don't know what the process is, but you can you can figure out the age of paper essentially.
All right.
But yeah, it was doable. It was provable.
Okay. Yeah, so that all plays in. Like I said, Jessica Henwick, I think, is the only actress who she's great. Like she's good in like what she's requested to do, but I wish you would have given her more to do. Same thing with Madeline Klein, who's in she's in this show on Netflix called Outer Banks. She plays like Batista's girlfriend who's cheating on him with Norton. She has some good lines. Like I love the part where Benoit Blanc is kind of reading everyone, and he just goes, "And you're a Taurus," and she goes, "I am." Like she has a couple of good scenes there.
I was like, is she gonna try to get with LeBlanc? Because no, girl, no, you can't, you cannot.
Also, Blanc is dating Hugh Grant, and I think that's fucking lovely. Like that was such a funny scene.
I have a question though. Is he referred to as Hugh Grant in the movie, or is it just like his domestic partner?
He's just his domestic partner. He just refers to him as a name, but I don't remember what he calls him.
What if it was the actual Hugh Grant though?
That would have been funny.
That would be awesome. I would love that.
Yeah. Yeah. So they're great. The whole movie's pretty fun. I don't know if I like this one or the first one more. Maybe I think I like the first one more just because it was a little more out there, and this one I do think it runs a little long, but I like the setting. I like how it looks. Benoit Blanc is a little fashion icon with like his ascot and like his old swimsuit. He was pretty funny. He was funny, yeah.
He was very stylish in this film. Like all the way through, he was stylish at all times.
Yeah, so I like this character. Freaking love this character. I would see him in a couple more movies. Did you saw the thing that apparently his accent is fake?
Yeah,
like the idea was that his accent is fake in the first one, but then they had the idea that if they made sequels, he would have a different accent in every one.
No,
but then they were like, nah, we'll just keep it like that, the southern Kentucky drawl.
But he plays it so well, though.
Yeah, his accent is one of my favorite things about him, actually.
Like legit though, like his
delivery, yeah, his command, Yeah.
I genuinely respect Daniel Craig for the way he's able to deliver these lines and whatnot. Like again, I always viewed him as just like the James Bond guy, but nah, man, he is layered among layers. He is the onion.
He is the onion. Yeah. Uh, but yeah, I enjoy this. I don't think it's gonna end up in my top 10, but I really this movie, this and the first one, they're not a full meal. They're like a really good dessert. Like you're always glad you have one, but it's never like a highlight. But I enjoyed it. Ryan Johnson can keep making this as much as you want, or if he wants to make someone else direct them, like I'll keep watching them as long as both Johnson and Craig are a part of this. And you can always add whatever actor to the side, and they'll have fun. There's an ongoing idea. The next movie should be like the Muppets, and Daniel Craig should be like the only human. And
I heard about that.
I would watch the crap out of that.
I think that would have to be like a Christmas special. I don't know. Also, what Muppet's getting killed?
Definitely Gonzo.
Why does it have to be Gonzo, you son of a bitch?
Because he's the one he's the one that would happen to.
Chema, I'm beginning to think you hate Muppets.
No, I love the Muppets. On the contrary.
Kind of like a Christmas Carol, like with what's his face?
Yeah, with Alfred. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I could see that. I could see that working.
Yeah.
But also this film. I mean, did it blow your mind at all when like it was revealed like how stupid everyone is, and it's like, I gave you the idea, you idiot.
Yeah.
Like how?
I could see coming that like Edward Norton was gonna be the bad guy, but the fact that it was a commentary of how he never did anything original and he just copied everything else, like yeah, that was pretty funny. And it was pretty satisfying by the end.
Also, like the fake words that he uses, like proficiency.
Oh, yeah.
It's like that's not a real word, you dipshit. I love the fact that they use so much of that in this film. Like like it's a takedown of the worst tropes that society has going on right now, and I appreciate I love that.
Yeah, these movies are pretty much gonna become like not products of their time, but in a good way, if that makes sense. Like we're gonna watch these movies in like 10, 15, 20 years, and we're gonna be like, oh yeah.
Do you think these are the kind of movies that can be analyzed in the future?
Like not analyzed. I don't think they're gonna be overanalyzed. Like I don't think they're like something like a Get Out or something like that, or like a modern masterpiece. But I think they're gonna be remembered as like very fun, very entertaining movies that we just might go back and rewatch and recheck. Like they're gonna be like I don't know, something like Clue in the 90s. Like we remember that movie fondly of how fun it was, and we're probably gonna remember this one. And Ryan Johnson was asked, like, "Oh, are you gonna make a third movie where like all of the actors from the first one, all the actors from the second one are coming back?" And he's like, "No, like this is not like a Marvel shared universe like that. No, like it's just the adventures that this guy has with different people. Like that makes no like why would we do that? Like it makes no like that's like it's unnecessary, and that's true." Like you can watch whichever of these two in whatever order you want, and it makes no effect. Like I'm so glad the first one was not referenced in this one, because there was a moment where Kate Hudson kind of asked him, like, "You're the one who solved that mystery of the," and she says something else. I thought it was gonna be like, "Oh, the mystery of the writer that killed himself." I was like, no, like it was a different mystery altogether. They do the same thing in the first one where they're like, "You solved the thing with the tennis player," or something like that. Like,
yeah.
I like that Benoit Blanc can exist in different stories. Yeah, on his own. And I like that since the first one was resolved and nothing else was pending, they had no need to revisit that. So I actually appreciate that. I want that to keep happening. I hope the next one does the same thing. Cannot wait to see it. Love this one.
I have a pitch for you. I have a question.
Okay.
It's not a Knives Out mystery. I'm not creative enough to make a murder mystery. Not as good as Ryan Johnson. I can't. Yeah. I cannot. I do have a question for you though. What if they were to book Ryan Johnson to make like the new Wonder Woman or the new Batgirl or Hawkgirl? Okay. Because another thing, like props to him. I'm sorry I keep jumping back to so many things, but like the dude knows how to make a story about how do I say this without like trying to punch down at anybody? He knows how to make a strong female protagonist, I think.
Oh, okay. I
In
get you.
Andy, in Helen, and in the last one with Anna de Arms, like
Yeah.
he knows how to make a good female protagonist. So what would you think if they were to book him as make him like create one?
Well, I don't know. I don't know where I would put him because, well, he did what he did Star Wars. I thought he did Ray good. Like I think he worked with Ray okay. People don't seem to think that because they seem to hate everything, you know. But I thought Last Jedi was okay in most of the scenes.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I don't know where I would put him. I think he's kind of happy not involved with any of that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if he did like a Batgirl, I would watch it. If he did no, maybe not Wonder Woman, but if he did like a Batgirl or if he did like I don't know. I don't know who else.
I
I
gotta
don't
look
know
him
where
up.
else I would put him. Yeah. But sure, like I'd watch.
I
Um
want to see more of his work.
have you seen Brick or
I've never
Looper?
seen Brick. What the hell's Brick?
Never seen Brick?
No.
It's with Joseph Gordon-Levitt. It's it's like a teenage crime mystery after his girlfriend disappears.
Mm-hmm.
It's fun.
Oh, he did Looper. Damn, no wonder I
Yeah.
like his style. I love Looper.
Yeah, Looper was fun. It's weird, but it was fun. And he's I think one of the funniest follows on Twitter too.
What's called? He confirmed that they're making at least two more. Damn. Netflix bought the rights to the two Knives Out sequels for $469 million.
Yeah, that I knew.
Like, is that just for the rights or does that include budget?
I, be- I believe that's just for the rights, and then they just give him a budget.
Jeez, $500 million for two films?
Yeah.
I mean, oh wait, shit. Never mind. It's been nominated for Golden Globes for Best Motion Picture and Best Actor for Daniel Craig. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna shut my mouth.
I mean, he's bringing in results, and people are talking about Glass Onion, so yeah.
He's already started getting. He's already gonna get started on working on the third one this summer. Like he's preparing to work on writing it.
Great. Can't wait to see it.
Oh God, I wonder whose ass he's gonna kick next.
Who do you
First
want to
one
see in another one?
in the Knives Out movie.
Yeah.
Henry Cavill comes to mind immediately. The man needs a job before Warhammer 4000 comes out. Before Hammer Time comes out. Maybe Gal Gadot. I think that would be interesting. Have a little DC reunion there. You
Oh
could
my god.
do. I'm not gonna just say all DC actors. Who else would be fun? They already did Jamie Lee Curtis. What about Robert Ingvall? That could be fun.
Like Freddy Krueger?
Yeah.
Could be fun. Like bringing in
What about you? Who do you want to see?
veteran. Oh god. My first choice before after they made the first one was Catherine Hahn. So the fact that they just put her in this one, like that
Perfect.
kind of fulfilled. Yeah. Um, I don't know. I don't know. I'm like I'm still banking on the Muppets. Like that's still cool.
RDJ and Tom Holland.
I'm okay with not seeing those two for a second. Like,
What if?
honestly,
Hold on. What if? Hear me
yeah.
out. They're a pair of con artists.
You know what? I'm just gonna stick with the Muppets. Like I'm good. I'm good
Wait,
with that.
they're con artists and they're already in jail for a murder that they are profusely saying they did not commit. So LeBlanc has to get them out.
You know what? Just fucking put Robert Pattinson and Willem Dafoe but they're playing the same characters from at the Lighthouse. Yeah. You know what? Keep
that
them in
that
black and white. Yeah.
that would be throw in Zoe Kravitz and we got ourselves a movie.
Hell yeah. All right. Final thoughts?
Final thoughts of grade A plus. This will be in my top 10. I just don't know the order yet.
Okay. I really enjoyed it. I give it a good 8 out of 10. I had fun. I had a blast. I don't think it's gonna end up in my top 10. But then again, I feel like I do need to rework my top 10 a little because some of these were movies from the beginning of the year, and maybe I'm giving them too much credit. I don't know. We will see. But overall, had fun with it. It's on Netflix, so it's not like you have to go to the movies to watch it. So yeah, Had a blast with it. Can't complain. Oscar season is coming up, so that's gonna be my focus for the next weeks. So that should be it. Happy New Year, everyone! Thank you so much for joining us throughout this entire year. It's been a long time coming, and yeah, we had a great time, I think.
Definitely. Folks, enjoy the new year. Stay safe. Don't drink and drive. Get an Uber, get a Lyft, get a designated driver, whatever you got to do. God, what else, man? Next year's gonna be interesting. See what happens.
Oh, hell yeah. Hell yeah. All right. Well, here's to a new year. Thanks so much for joining us. My name was Chema.
I've been Eddie.
And this was
the rollback.
The rollback.
Signing off with a reminder.
The reminder. Yeah, I think you said it correctly. Don't drink and drive.
Also, New Year's resolutions are meant to be broken. Bye, everyone.